Where we at right now?
My name is Sonic Assad, artist from the town. Right now we are in Name Brand Studios.
Okay. When did you establish this project? This studio?
I've been having this studio for, at the end of this month to be a year. So, a year.
A year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What influenced you to get your own studio?
Well, I always, like, the way I work on music, I don't like, you go to the studio, you pay for studio time. For me, I just like to create when I want. I don't like to be confined to like an hour or 2 hours. So I've been like saved up and been getting my own equipment over the years. At first, I just had it like out my bedroom and shit. But can I curse on here?
Of course.
Right.
It's the time.
I had it in my bedroom and shit, and then you feel me? Like I live with my people still, so obviously I can't be too loud in the crib all the time, or I can't always have any and everybody come through.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to have a little bit of like more freedom to just come and go as I please and just do what I want.
So essentially, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, well, I'll say so.
You have your own business.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Okay. How long have you been making music? Because you also make music.
Yeah, probably like 10 years since I was like 14, 15. I started off like rapping. That's what most people probably know me for. And then, as the years went on, I started meeting new people. I started getting involved in other things. I picked up production along the way. So, like 10 years.
Okay. Do you think that being a rapper that can also produce is a hard skill to learn?
I think it's what you make it. Another thing, like, you feel me, like, I've been around other rappers that produce, so I kind of, it's kind of like, if they could do it, I could do it type shit, so I've been around a lot of rappers that was producing, so I wanted to be able to do it. I feel like it'll take me to the next level, so I don't think it's hard. I think it's just, you put the time in, you'll catch on to it.
Okay. I'm not as musically sound, so when you say production, that's making beats, that's like the little ad-libs or whatever.
Production, I get making beats is a part of production, but if you talk to niggas that really produce, they'll tell you that, production is a lot more than making beats.
Of course.
Some producers don't even, touch a beat or make a beat. They'll just, come in and hear something and be like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. That's still production. So a lot of things fall under production. It's like a vague, kind of word. But as far as me, I feel like, I make beats. I can write songs for other people. I can come in and lend my ear. So I feel like, I don't know, I can do everything.
So it kind of sounds like just having an ear for music.
Yeah, like even like Diddy, he a producer, but he don't sit down and make no beats. He just come in and yell at niggas and tell them he's doing shit. Or certain producers have producers under them, so it's a lot to it. But most producers that will say they produce, they make beats. Like,
okay. That's dope. So you could almost hear something and just know that like it needs this, or you want to add that.
I can have my opinion. You know what I mean? I ain't always right, but I can have my opinion or what I think. It should, where I think it should go. So yeah.
And that comes along the way of just being someone that's passionate about music and just knowing music for years.
Yeah, I say so. Yeah, just being like a student of music.
That's dope. That's dope. Let's talk a little bit about like the power of music. Like, do you remember like what song it was when you was a kid that made you like fall in love with music, or can you talk about kinda?
I don't know like a specific song, cause music, you feel me? To me, it's been like a part of my life as early as I can remember. Like my mom always had music in our house, wherever we lived. She always, play like Mary J. Blige or Lauryn Hill or this or that. What I would say like as far as rap wise, what really made me want to rap and get into music myself was like Eminem. Like when I was little, that's the earliest memory I could have. Like around like 2002 when he was big. I could remember like watching the VMAs when he had like all the fake Slim Shadys with him and shit. I don't know, that shit just made me hype when I was like a little boy. And then, you feel me, I wanted to do something like that. And then after him, then like Lil Wayne. Like, you feel me? I think everybody kind of was
Word.
inspired by Lil Wayne at a point in time.
He top 5.
Yeah, facts.
He gotta be top 5. Well, yeah, I think music is just very powerful in general, and it's a great way to reach people. What do you think about music as an expression?
I think it's kind of like it's like a language. You feel me? It's universal to the point where somebody might not even understand what language you're talking, but they could kind of feel you from the music sometimes. Or you might have a message and you can talk to somebody about it, but in a song sometimes it just hits somebody a different way. Or you feel me? You could just have fun to music at the same time. You could throw on a song, it could uplift your spirit. So it's like a bunch of emotions that could come with music, all type of ways.
Definitely. I think we all experienced a moment where we listened to a song and it just changed you, especially when you hear something for the first time.
Right. Like
that's just powerful.
Songs that, you feel me, if I hear right now, like if I was by myself, I put a certain song on, like that should have made me cry. Like if it'll take me back to a certain point in time or something, or you feel me, it helped me get through a certain thing. And the songs that, you feel me, I can hear right now and I just feel happy as hell. Like, you feel me? So that's what it means to me.
Okay. So when we were about 17, 18, Chief Keef came out. And being young, a lot of people gravitated towards him.
Right.
A lot of people started to, kind of basically idolize that lifestyle.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about the major change that happened between 2014, 2013 after Chief Keef's in Chicago drill music?
Yeah. I mean, I could speak on it from my perspective.
Yeah.
When Chief Keef came out, I was like, you feel me, in my senior year of high school. So I did, I seen it change. You could see it even in the way, like, niggas talk. Like, everything went from, like, thoughts, ops, in the way, like, niggas, even, like, the way niggas dress, the way niggas talk, everything. You feel me? So I could see, like, he had a big influence. But, like, since I'm an artist, I would look at it as a positive because I like his music. But the person I am, I'm able to look at shit and take, what's positive and not take what's negative or not let it influence me. So for me, it didn't influence me, but the people around me, I could see the influence in it. Like, just the way niggas was acting and dressing and the way niggas was talking and even, like, the way niggas was, like, claiming their hoods and everything is, like, similar to, like, what they got from Chicago. Like, whatever they started calling their hoods and shit, it just changed and shit. But even now, you feel me, you can see it with like niggas like Bobby Shmurda and 6ix9ine, like well musically you can see it. All of that is like really Chicago style music. So it's still prevalent, I would say. But I look at it as a positive. Like I like that music.
Okay. Got you. Do you believe music can start a revolution?
I don't think that music can start a revolution. I think music can be a part of a revolution.
Well said.
I think it could be a part of a revolution, but it's just gonna take like, shit all around the board. Music can just be one aspect of it, but as things change, the music will change, and it will support whatever's going on. So if it's a revolution in place or it's things happening, then you're gonna hear it more in the music, cause it's people making great music right now that is about things like that, but other people feel like they can't relate to it, so it's gonna fall upon deaf ears. But if society is really changing, the music can play a part of it, but it's not, music not gonna save the world. I don't think so, at least my opinion, by itself at least.
Okay, so you feel like the music is just like a reflection of the revolution, basically.
I think so. Like I think some people that, as they say, are woke and shit, and in their music, they have those messages. I think it's a revolution in place. It's just gonna take time, because even you can hear it in the music, but it's about what you listen to. Nowadays we have access to anything. You can hear the most ignorant thing, at the press of a button. You can hear the most positive thing at the press of a button. But negativity is always gonna be the most popular thing. So I think when that changes, the music will play a part of it.
So, a lot of people are making music now.
Right.
How you feel about that? Everybody wants to be a rapper.
I feel a lot of ways about it, but I'll try to. I don't like to critique niggas because I feel like once you start critiquing people, the first thing that they gonna think is like, who are you to tell me, what I should be doing? And you feel me? Like, I'm 24, but it's niggas that's like 17, 18. They don't want to hear like what I'm talking about. You feel me? So at the same time, I'm realistic. I feel like with rap, it's the same as everything. Like, it's like people modeling, people, with a camera like you got. It's people with blogs. It's people doing everything. I feel like the era we live in, anybody could just do anything. The same way, like, you sitting in my studio, it's not like a multi-million-dollar studio, but I could record, songs out of here. You feel me? You got a camera, you could do your videos. So it's positive because, more people is being like entrepreneurs. They trying to start their businesses. They're trying to do something. They're not just sitting around. You feel me? They're trying to, be their own bosses in a way. I think that it's not for everybody, and time is going to tell that. So it's not even worth focusing on. Time is going to tell like who's going to stick around, who's going to last, who's going to be doing this like 10 years from now, and that's it. Like, but I won't never like discourage nobody from being a rapper. But I'll tell people to be like realistic with themselves. Like, do you really, do you have a passion for music, or you just doing this shit because you don't got nothing else to do? And then it comes, and a lot of niggas, they just sound the same. So it's like, if you jumping into being a rapper, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the game that's different? If you gonna sound like, you feel me, like I sound like you critique niggas, but you feel me, we being real. If you gonna sound like A Boogie and P&B, you feel me, you gotta realize that it's like 1,000 or probably tens of thousands other niggas doing that too. So you competing, you feel me, with a lot of other people that's doing the same shit as you. But if you want to sound like them and add your own splash or something different, you feel me, then now you innovating. So I think, but like I said, time will separate like certain niggas. Certain niggas is not gonna last. Certain niggas is not gonna be doing it. Certain niggas might catch a wave, or they might, get some money and be able to do something else with it at the same time. So you feel me, at the same time, who am I to say like niggas shouldn't be rapping? I know what I'm doing it for, and I know, like, you feel me, where I'm trying to go with it. So I just wish niggas the best. And like I said, it's about yourself. Like, if you got a passion for this shit, you gonna last. If you don't, you feel me, it's gonna show.
Damn. I wouldn't have been as politically correct, but goddamn, that's an Obama answer right there.
Come at niggas because niggas gonna be in their feelings and shit.
Very
niggas sound me talking crazy.
Very mature answer, bro. Definitely sound like 24, even though you don't look it.
Right.
2 cents in it.
Yeah, bro, just talk to me. Bro. That's gonna help me. If
right.
The more you just talk to me, the more I'm gonna be comfortable. Bro. I'm weird as hell in front of camera.
Bro, you doing great. You doing great. It's one of the best interviews yet, because you've given me a lot of content and your answers are on point. All right, I'm a basketball player. Mm-hmm. Feel me? So growing up, I had millions of niggas, everybody telling you, you can't go to the NBA. Right. You know what the work it takes. Right. So, that being said, when you get up and you say you want to play basketball, the first people gonna come at you crazy, and you already gonna hear that. Right. That little.
Right. Even with that shit, like, cause I was talking to my boy, he played like for Villanova and shit. Well, he wanted to go.
Play for Nova?
Yeah, he wanted to. No, he didn't play for Villanova. But this is what happened. He wanted to play like, he wanted to go to NBA like anybody else. He played like basketball all throughout his youth and shit. But when it came time for him to go to high school, when it came time for him to go to college, he didn't get like no offers to no big schools and shit. He got offers from like, little colleges to play ball and shit. And then he got an offer to Villanova, like just not to play ball, but just to attend. So he was telling me that even though that shit didn't get him to the NBA, it got him to like a good school, and then from there, he found another career path. Like now he's into fucking like computer engineering and shit. So, and then he said he made mad connections, like even like going through the AAU system and like just meeting people from like, across the nation and shit, to where that shit can help him get jobs and other things. So it's the same with music. Like you might not, like me, I came to realize like I might not necessarily like, get in the industry, even though I feel like I can. eventually, but I might not get in the industry how I originally intended to, like as a rapper or as somebody mainstream. But like it's all about what you use the shit for. Like you can make connections and that shit could lead you to something else. So it's all about yourself, what you do when you get into rooms and talk to niggas, and you know how you build with niggas and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That's dope, and I definitely do feel like everybody's here for a reason, right. And everybody got their purpose. So regardless of sometimes what we think is for us is not right. Usually for us. It's always like a divine plan. Right. So that being said, what I was trying to get at was basically, damn, I kind of lost. Basically, it takes a certain amount of work. All right, I know an NBA player. Mm-hmm. I know, like, when we was in 7th grade, me and Malachi went to the same basketball camp. And after the basketball camp, he shot for another hour every day after the basketball camp. Right. So, and after practices at AAU, he used to do the same thing. So and in his mind, he was working for that dream right there. But it was the amount of work he was doing from about 12, 13 it was out of control. It's like, what are you going so hard for? But that's kind of what it takes, you know. So when someone comes up to me or when someone says they want to play basketball and they kind of disrespect that amount of work without basically saying, I'm about to start right now, I bet I do it. Right. It's just kind of like, you might see that as far as musical artists that's trying to start rapping overnight. Right. For me, it's kind of disrespecting the art. That's in my opinion, because it's people that I know that's been rapping, making music for 10 years, and it's just like me. I've been playing ball for 10 years. Right. You feel me? So I know that overnight shit is not really real. Yeah. It's not as real as people make it.
It's like they say we live in a microwave era. So with the music, it's the same shit. Like, it's niggas that started rapping, months ago, and they superstars right now and shit. And you can't knock them because, it's a business. But at the same time, they might not know the business. They probably got a lot of people hands in their pockets. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Making money off of them. And a year or two from now, we won't hear from them again. That's why even like somebody like Chief Keef, like me and the research I do and, the time I spend like watching interviews and just informing myself, I respect Chief Keef because I know his business is on point and shit. Like, and I know like certain things he did to where like, he's still relevant. You feel me? In 2019, it's other niggas that came and went and shit. And why not? Like certain, you can't like really say like, certain niggas they might have like whatever style or whatever. You feel me? They do, but they could still put hella time in it. Like it's niggas that make music that I don't necessarily make, but I like. But they might make like 10 songs in a day. Like, it's niggas like working like that. Me, I don't do shit like that. But I could respect somebody, like if that's the lane you want to jump in, like at least, you putting your all into it. Then there's other niggas who be, just playing around and shit. And they're not gonna last. Like, so to me, that shit not even nothing to pay attention to because they're not gonna last.
What's that? Well, that real shit. What's that pound cake? Atlas, that only the real is here.
Right.
What do you know what I'm talking about?
That only the real music is gonna last.
Yeah.
That other shit. Today. As far as my music, I've kind of taken a step back from more so rapping. I still do rap. I got like, plenty of songs on this computer right now. Got plenty of songs on my laptop. Like, well, with me, the way I work, I'm never in a rush. So like I have songs from like 4 years ago that I could put out today that they still can sound like today. But and also I don't chase the sound or do what everybody's doing. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to do is just take my time and push it out the right way. So where I put it out, I got a plan behind it, and I know what I'm doing. Like, but I got like plenty of projects. Like the way I work is weird. Like I wouldn't even recommend nobody to work how I work because I'm all over the place. But I got like a bunch of projects in the works. I just want to put my shit out in a more artistic way, like to make it about the art and not so much about like the image or for me to be acting a certain way and shit. Like I'm just trying to be myself and just put the music out and whoever fuck with it gonna fuck with it. So I won't be like, I can't say like I got this coming, I got that coming, but I got music coming for sure. But I don't know, I would just say, I got shit on SoundCloud for anybody that want to check it out, and you could kind of get a taste of what I do. But it's so much that I haven't put out that when I put it out, it's gonna be different from everything else that's out right now, because I don't know, it's like I'll say I make simple music in a way. it's simple, but you know, the lyrics is there, but it's simple because I'm just not on none of that extra shit. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just I make music about like regular life things. So, and then as far as the beats, I got a bunch of projects I'm working on with other people that I can't really speak on until they want to speak on it. But so I got shit like that coming too.
Alright, so there we have it, Sonic Assad. Okay. Studio right here. What's the address?
I ain't even trying to give out
You don't want to get
that.
that? Yeah, that's probably shutting. That's not a good idea. But if you ever want to make music or you got anything in mind?
Really, like the best. I'm on Instagram all the time. That's how I connect with a lot of people. That's how I connected with you. That's how I connected with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I talk to anybody. If you want to work and you feel me, you serious, like just hit me up and we could work. Like it's that simple. Just don't bullshit. Like that's it.
Be professional, people.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. So I knew Makita for a while, probably 3-4 years, maybe. I knew she would sing. I knew she could play the guitar. But when the project dropped, it was just like, bam. It was like I was seeing it everywhere. People was telling me, like, have you heard about her? I'm like, yeah, I know her. So it was like, when someone really takes their time on something,
right,
and it's released, like, it's no doubt in there. It's like, it was one of those feelings where you couldn't ignore it, So it was just everywhere. So me being the person I am, of course, I'm going to give it a listen because why not? It's a local artist. I know her, and it definitely had that feel to it. I was actually in my feelings at the time, so it helped me kind of express that. Definitely a beautiful project, man. How did y'all do it? To be honest.
Dang, now I feel like we should talk about it together.
Okay.
This y'all in the same frame, sitting next to each other. It's already happened.
So, I met her like in August, like in August. Like I said, I talk to a lot of people on Instagram. A lot of that shit be like ended up like not amounting to nothing. But especially like people that younger people, I will always give them my time to just talk to them. So me and her speak here and there. And I would see her like putting things on her Instagram, like her doing music and everything. I didn't know her. I didn't know like how serious she was trying to take it. One day she just posted something like she needs a studio when she comes home from school, I believe. And I told her to hit me up, and she did. And then she just came through. And when she came through, because people book sessions with me, so when she came through, I'm thinking like I'm just gonna record her. She got her beats already, and then she came with her brother, and then I asked her what beats did she want to use, and she said she ain't have no beats. So I'm like, all right, well, you feel me? It's a good opportunity to show her some beats. So I showed her some stuff, and she liked it, and from there, like, the rest is history. And then the idea came up about like us doing a project, and I don't know, it was that simple. We actually did it real fast, because she had to go study abroad.
Yeah, it was just like an impulsive decision. We were just like, okay, I don't have any beats, so let's just listen to all of his beats. So I was like, oh, this sounds dope, this sounds dope, this sounds dope. So then we just picked all the songs, and I was like, yo, he was like, yo, let's just do a whole project. Like, I can give you a deal, like, let's just do it. And I was like, okay, but I'm going abroad in like a month, so how are we going to get this all together? And we just did it. Like, we just recorded.
I would say, like, it didn't, like, when I gave her the beats, she came back to me, like, with, like, 2 of the songs started already, like, pretty much. It was, like, little things she had to tweak, like, as far as the song structure. And then every time she came back, she just made a lot of progress. She'll have, like, these songs done, these songs done. So the project was done recording-wise, it was done a long time ago. When it came out, it was because of other complications. Like, I had, like, computer problems and shit like that. But she did it very fast. Like, if we would have had more time, it would have been probably a lot better.
Way better. But
It sounded like y'all had all the time in the world. It sounded perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, I was really surprised at how it turned out because, like, we really spent like 2 weeks, maybe. Was it?
Yeah,
2?
maybe like 3.
3, yeah, like
Damn.
not even that long.
I shouldn't have even asked.
And it wasn't like, an everyday thing. I'll see her like once or twice a week, and we got it done.
That's magical though. I only give more credit to it, to be honest.
Right.
Because the work, it was completed work. You know when you listen to something that's just done,
Right.
that's in full circle. So it sounded like a complete project. It was masterful, and like you could feel the emotions behind it. A lot of people was asking like, who broke your heart?
It's funny because nobody broke my heart. Like, I've never been in love before. I just write a lot about love. I don't know. I guess I'm like a hopeless romantic, so I'm always just thinking of scenarios in my head when I'm like daydreaming and stuff, and so I just write it down. And I feel like it's easier for me to write about sad stuff, so I just like that comes easiest. I don't know why. I'm just good at that.
I ain't even gonna lie, I was in the shower like, take a sip of my laugh.
Yeah, that's everybody.
It's definitely a great driving back home alone type of
Yeah,
project.
definitely wanted the vibe to just be like, I wanted to feel like you're tripping. Like when you're listening to it, it's like you're put in a trance. Like you don't know what's going on, but you like it.
It's something that I want to listen. I want to listen to it all. I don't want to just hear it on shuffle. Hear one song and then it go back to my other music. No, I have to probably listen to the entire project, and I want to hear it from the first one to the last one.
People like, this isn't my artist. She's her own entity. Like people be hitting me up trying to like connect with her. Like she's her own individual person. Like so, y'all want to work with her? Just hit her up. Like not me.
Okay.